Arteta's Arsenal have bounced back from their defeat to Liverpool at Anfield with a convincing win at home, putting 3 goals past Ange Postecoglou's Nottingham. The goals came from Zubimendi and Gyökeres, with both finding the net to seal the victory. Welcome to Tactical Analysis. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so you don't miss any of my uploads. Now let's dive into the tactical breakdown of Arsenal versus Nottingham United. Arsenal lined up in their familiar 4-3-3 formation, with Declan Rice surprisingly starting on the bench. Meanwhile, Nottingham Forest set up in a 4-2-3-1 shape under Ange Postecoglou, who was taking charge of his very first game as Forest manager. In their build-up phase, Arsenal stretched the pitch by forming a back four, with Jurrien Timber operating as the deeper fullback, while Calafiori pushed much higher, often functioning as an auxiliary winger. His positioning was closely linked to Easy's movements. When Easy drifted into the half space, Calafiori provided width, and when Easy held the touchline, Calafiori inverted into the channel. This dynamic rotation effectively shifted Arsenal's structure from a base 4-3-3 into a 3-1-3-3 shape. Zubimendi anchored as the single pivot, ensuring defensive balance while both Merino and Ødegaard were given license to advance into the half spaces, creating multiple vertical passing lanes and overloads between the lines. To counter Arsenal's build-up, Nottingham Forest adopted a man-oriented pressing scheme. Chris Wood led the first line of pressure, angling his runs to screen passing lanes into Zubimendi, Arsenal's pivot. Callum Hudson-Odoi engaged Timber, but held a staggered pressing distance, positioning his body to simultaneously block progression into Ødegaard. Meanwhile, Morgan Gibbs-White stepped higher to press Merino, ensuring Arsenal's interior midfielders were denied easy access to central zones. The collective aim of Forest's press was to congest the central corridor, compress time and space between the lines, and funnel Arsenal's progression into the wide channels, zones considered less threatening than central overloads. However, this man-to-man structure came with tactical risks. By committing players tightly to individual markers, Forest left large spaces behind their midfield line. Once Arsenal bypassed the first wave of pressure, they could exploit these gaps through quick vertical combinations or third-man runs, particularly with Ødegaard and Merino moving into the half spaces. This created opportunities for Arsenal to destabilize Forest's defensive block and progress rapidly into the final third. After falling 2 goals behind, Nottingham Forest intensified their pressing approach, committing more numbers into Arsenal's defensive third in an attempt to recover possession higher up the pitch. Their press became more aggressive and compact, with players closing down Arsenal in tighter distances to reduce time on the ball. However, this heightened pressure exposed structural vulnerabilities. Callum Hudson-Odoi advanced deep into Arsenal's penalty area to press Christian Mosquera, which disrupted Forest's rest defense. By vacating his zone, he opened a passing lane into Ethan Nwaneri between the lines. Nwaneri was able to receive under minimal pressure, link up with Timber via a quick wall pass, and carry the ball through the press. This sequence demonstrated Arsenal's composure in possession, their use of third-man combinations, and their ability to exploit positional imbalances created by Forest's overcommitment. In the attacking phase, Arsenal committed numbers forward and consistently sought to create wide overloads through passing triangles. On the right flank, a rotational triangle was formed between Noni Madueke, Ethan Nwaneri, and Jurrien Timber, enabling quick combinations, third-man runs, and progression into the half space. On the opposite wing, Arsenal mirrored this structure with Eze, Calafiori, and Merino interchanging to generate similar overloads. Calafiori often provided width by overlapping or underlapping, while Easy alternated between staying wide and drifting inside, creating positional rotations that unsettled Forest's defensive block. Meanwhile, Viktor Gyökeres occupied the central lane, pinning Nottingham Forest's center backs, Nikola Milenkovic and Nicolo Savona. His presence not only fixed the defensive line but also created vertical channels for midfield runners to exploit. These wide triangles served as Arsenal's main chance creation mechanism. From the flanks, they frequently engineered cutback situations by drawing Forest's full backs out of position before releasing the underlapping runner into the byline. Alternatively, when play funneled into the half spaces, Nwaneri and Merino were able to exploit central pockets, threading vertical passes into Gyökeres or combining with Timber to break the last line. The interplay between width, depth, and central occupation gave Arsenal multiple layers of attacking threat and made their possession sequences difficult to contain. That was a dominant display from Arsenal as they bounced back in style, showing both tactical flexibility and attacking intent. Zubimendi controlled the midfield, Gyökeres provided the cutting edge, and Arteta's men reminded everyone why they're still serious contenders this season. What do you think of Arsenal's performance? Was it a statement win or just business as usual? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like this video, share it with other football fans, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming tactical breakdowns. See you in the next one.